go after his 7-count spare on his first frame.
I think Chris Barnes is doing the smart thing. I mean, he's moving right. You can see where he started the match. Look how deep he was there. That's the first frame. And this is the third frame. Look at how much further right that shot is. And I think that what makes Chris Barnes so great is that he can manipulate the release point, the bowling ball. He can hook it, but he can also go straight when he has to.
Same sort of idea. And he leaves the 2-pin for a spare.
Yeah, this is almost a fallback shot from the word go. It just didn't fall back quite as much as it needed to lay there in the flush zone. Migrating high for the 4-pin. He'll take that spare. Pressure still on Bill O'Neill.
Single pin numbers this week. Percentage goes up a bit there for Chris Barnes. Randy talked about Chris being a back-to-back TV show's 12th time in his career. All-time leader in that category. How about Walter A. Williams Jr., folks? 47 times.
About the leader in just about every category.
Amazing. So Chris is tied for 9th all-time. Bill O'Neill makes his second ever TV show last year in Omaha. 30 events ago. And it was early in the season. Made his TV debut. Lost to Mike Machuga in the final. 10 down for O'Neill.
I think it's important to point out for Bill O'Neill, though, is he's not just making the top 32 and then winning a couple of matches. This guy has dominated the field on 3 or 4 occasions this year. A couple of times last year where he just runs away from people. Now, Mike Devaney led this tournament, but Bill O'Neill held the lead for the better part of the second 7-game match. Qualifying. Devaney took over the lead in the last game.
Comes in light as he looks for that 1-3 pocket.
I suspect that the left lane is going to be the question mark today. And as you can see, Bill O'Neill struggled to get his ball to go flush. And the one shot that he did get flush, he left a solid 9 flush, meaning a little bit deeper into that 1-3 pocket. But I suspect that that's going to be the tricky lane of the two.
Well, I believe you're right, and I think it's because the hook on the left lane is predominantly on the front part of it.
Right.
As soon as you move inside of that hook, there's nothing on the back end to get the ball to turn up to the pins.
Takes care of the 8-pin single pin conversion. For Bill O'Neill, last year's Rookie of the Year against PBA superstar and local hero Chris Barnes, who emerges from this semifinal and makes the final match. We've got much more from the Geico Classic here in Dallas. The Geico Classic on ESPN is brought to you by Go RVing. Visit GoRVing.com for a free DVD. What will you discover? Go RVing. By Denny's. Denny's always works. By Motel 6, official lodging partner of the PBA. For the lowest price of international chain, go to Motel6.com. And by Atonic, official footwear of the PBA. Atonic, first one there. But again. Welcome back, everyone. Geico Classic, AMF Irving Lanes in Irving, Texas, to the Denny's PBA Tour. Average leaders are Norm Duke, still atop the list at 229 plus. Chris Barnes, one of our 4 finalists in today's TV show from the Metroplex, 7th place right now. Norm, time for a weekly update on the toe. How is it?
It's good. I got some practice in yesterday, day before yesterday. I will be ready next week.
We look forward to that. Norm Duke with his 2 titles this year. Look forward to seeing Norrie back in action. Council Bluffs, Iowa. So 6th frame, 21-pin lead for the hometown hero here. Chris Barnes, Randy on Friday. Great crowd in attendance to watch the round of 8 match with Tim Chris. As he takes a re-rack. How about home lane advantage? What does it mean to a bowler like Chris Barnes here?
Well, it means he gets the comforts of home, sleeping in his own bed, gets to be around his family, although Chris told us this week it was pretty hectic for him, them trying to move into a new house and having to deal with all that. But, boy, nothing beats staying at home.
Oh! Late bump on number 10. Down she goes.
Yeah, part of the problem with not playing that big hook is You have to deal with this flat 10. Now, he gets the love tap on at this shot, but that's something you're not going to be able to rely on time and time again. He's going to have to either get the ball with more power into the pins when it hits or flush her into the 1-3 pocket.
Seventh frame. Right at the head pin.
Another board.
And leaves the fourth.
You got to be real careful on this left lane because there is so much friction. Again, remember, folks, that we're on a wood surface this week, not synthetic. And a wood surface is much more porous, softer than the plastic or synthetic lanes, and so the oil absorption rate is much, much faster, and wood lanes are going to hook a lot more. And you got to be careful on this left lane because of all that friction. And what I think what the tough part is that when the players play in, the tendency is to really make sure that you hit the ball at the bottom of the swing. Otherwise, subconsciously, you don't feel like your ball is going to hit. But there's so much friction out there, you don't have to do a whole lot to it.
You don't have to help the ball.
And speaking of wood, that's called dead wood.
And help it.
And that has to be removed before a shot is thrown.
Bill O'Neill trying to become the first rookie of the year to win a title the year after being named the top rookie since 98-99. Been a while since that's happened. It's a nice season. Wow. Nice.
And again, that's the power that we talked about. You get too much hand in it on this surface, Norm. With that much hand, watch this ball break loose when it gets down to the back part of the lane. And that's Bill O'Neill's A game, is that big power game. And he said that's the one thing he's been working on, he's going to work on in the summer, is trying to tame it down. When the adrenaline gets going, I mean, that's what you rely on.
Only the second show. Learning as he goes out there. Baby split. Takes care of it nice. A good pickup by Bill O'Neill.